Sorry, y'all, I'm back. I had to go out because she was just screaming in the video, having a fit. So I had to start it over. 'Cause I know y'all ain't want to hear that. Even for the ones that'll go back and watch the replay, be like, oh, the first half of this baby screaming. She just loved being in here with me, especially when I'm on here. I just had her doing her little she thought she was doing an actual video just to see, what she would do. And she actually was just a webcam on my laptop. And she kept saying, hey, hear me. This my video. This my video. It was the cutest little thing. But child, here go my son coming in here tonight with them doggone skinny jeans on again. I swear, I just hope somebody ban them things for good, forever. Throw them away. Get rid of them. I just wonder who woke up one day and said, I want to create some jeans so tight that men legs can't breathe. And it's gonna be a popular thing. And then just who else woke up and said one day, oh, I want to try those. Cause just ain't no way. But then they talk about us when we like to wear our spandex. When we all have our different color spandex, they want to talk about us. But they want to put on these tight behind skinny jeans. Child, I see Miss Carver over there getting down. I love the elderly. I love to see old people having a good time. You hear me? Well, I ain't gonna even say old people, seasoned people. I love to see that no matter what you're going through, you can still find a reason to dance, baby. I find a lot of peace in listening to R&B and dancing and, dancing with the children. And I used to love to dance off that Luther Vandross song, Dance with My Father. Oh, I love that song. I love that song. I used to love because we would really be able to dance off the song. And I really loved it. Even after his passing, every time I hear it, I cry so bad. Because I just think about even at this older age, I still miss him. I still wish he was here to dance. At my wedding, my uncle stepped in for him and did the father and daughter dance. But I tell you, that just broke my heart even more. It just made me miss him even more. Because nobody can really fulfill those shoes, It's good that somebody will step in the moment. But it don't really fulfill that void. It's just hard to fulfill those shoes. And then couldn't do no with like no mother daughter dance and nothing like that. Those are the kind of things I miss every time I watch weddings. That's probably why I cry every time. I don't care who wedding it is. I'm gonna cry. Okay. One thing about me, I'm gonna cry. I cry about every little thing. When it comes to something, nice, people coming together, people loving on their mamas, and I just be like, I wonder what at this point, if she was still here, what life be like. Missing a loved one is very, very intense. Even when it's something, somebody close like that, like a mother, a father, a child, or uncle, like that type of void can never be filled. You miss them every day of your life. It's like everything around you sometimes remind you of that person. And even when it happened when you're a child, when you grow up and do stuff like get married or graduate college. Hey, Swag. You miss their presence so much because you be watching everybody else, mom and daddy congratulate them, or like I said at the wedding, the daughter and daddy dance, and you be like, wow, that junk just break your heart. That junk break your heart so bad. It's like it be breaking your heart over and over and over. So you relive that pain. You relive that pain really every day of your life. It's another one of those things you just kind of learn to cope with because they ain't coming back, but you know you only pray that you being a good person so that you can meet them on the other side. But you still feel that void. I don't care what nobody say. You don't never get over that. I hate when I hear people tell people that it's gonna be all right. Like when they lose somebody like that. No, it's not. How it's gonna be all right? You know? How they gonna be all right? They gonna miss that person forever. Everything around them gonna remind them of that person. Some even when they have children, like the children look just like them. Like they'll live with that pain forever. So I cannot stand when I hear people tell people that it's gonna be all right after they done lost a parent or a child or a very, very close person to them. I just always tell them, just let me know if you need something, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'll be here for you. Cause that's all you can really say. Cause that it's gonna be all right thing, it really ticks people off a lot. Cause I hear people saying, stop telling me it's gonna be all right. And I always say, see, I knew that was coming because you shouldn't have never said that. And that's the worst thing you can tell somebody. It's gonna be all right. Stop telling people that. Stop letting that be the first thing you say to somebody when they lose a close loved one. It's gonna be all right. Just tell them you'll be there for them. Don't say it's gonna be all right. You don't know how they gonna recover from that, or how they gonna be able to go on with their life with that part of their life absent. You know, so that's something that people definitely need to stop doing. Starting that conversation when you know somebody in the passed away, saying that somebody gonna be all right. You don't know that. And a lot of times after the funeral and stuff like that, people go scarce. They don't even have check on people no more. Once everything, because that's when people break down the most usually. After the crowd goes away and it's just them and their thoughts. That's when a lot of people start to really think about that, wow, my such and such really gone. And a lot of times people don't stick around long enough to really be there when the real breakdown happens. Because they really think in their head it's gonna be all right until God forbid it happen to them, and then they know it ain't gonna be all right. Then they don't want to hear nobody telling them it's gonna be all right. That's why I make sure I never tell nobody that when they lost somebody. Sometimes if I can't find the words, I just don't say nothing. If I see them, I give them a hug or something. But I definitely ain't gonna say it's gonna be all right. I just say I'm here for you. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. If you just want us to sit in silence and cry, that's really all I can give you. Because I definitely can't tell you something that I know ain't true. I can't do that. But yeah, he come here tonight with them dog. I said, I'm so tired of talking to y'all about them skinny jeans. He talking about, you might well stop talking about these jeans. This is my whole wardrobe. I said, I know what I'm getting all y'all for Christmas. I'm gonna get y'all some what they call Jabot jeans. Y'all remember the Jabot jeans from back in the day? They had the little bands, but they were definitely not tight. They weren't no tighty whitey jeans. But they had, the ones everybody used to wear. I'm gonna start dressing them like the 90s, buy them some Adidas suits with Kango hats and some Jabot jeans. Shoot, sick of them skinny jeans. They gonna all be surprised when they go in there. The ones that live here, when they go in their room, all the skinny jeans gone out to the trash. Cause I don't want to give them away either. Cause I don't want to promote nobody else somewhere. And I can't stand them. You hear me? I mean, with a passion, I don't like them doggone pants. I don't know. They just make me cringe. Listen, I'm a girl, and I'm not wearing no jeans that I can't even move around in. You gotta have them. You gotta walk like a duck just to have them on. Child, they really kill me when they get some fresh A1s. Them things be tiptoeing. I'm gonna do a video, y'all, one day. They have on them white Air Forces, and they be walking like a duck. I said, so you put on some nice shoes to walk looking like a fool. Oh my, I can't crease my shoes. What? Now I ain't gonna put on nothing that gotta alter the way I walk. I'm one of them Fantasia girls, baby. Even in them heels, I don't care where we at. They get to hurting my foot, they coming off. I don't care where we at. And I literally don't care where we at, truthfully. I'd have been at a concert and took them things off, walk out barefoot. I don't care. One thing you ain't gonna do is hurt my foot. And them heels, that's why I cannot. I don't know, does it get harder to wear heels when you get older? Because I used to rock them with no problem at all. But now, as I get older, the bottom of my feet be hurting so bad. I be like, Lord, I be getting a hopping and a limping. Baby, them things know they can hurt. Some high heels, And then I even tried to start buying them Dr. Scholl's things to put into the heels. They don't even work. I said, you know what? I'm about to go to just buy me a whole bunch of penny loafers. Forget that. I gotta be comfortable. Even Jordans are not comfortable. The couple pair I do got, oh, them things is not comfortable. To be so expensive, them are the most uncomfortable shoe in the world. A pair of Jordans. Them is some uncomfortable high shoes. You cannot do too much walking in them things. Be squeezing the top of your foot. Feel like you ain't really walking on no support like that. And they so expensive. Swag, what you doing tonight? I know I heard you talking earlier about you had your wine. You had picked up some of your wine. Are you enjoying? Wine hurt my stomach. But as I get older, I find myself wanting to get into wine. Cause I just want to be that wife that's, you go in your quiet place, you sip your little wine, you read your book. I am really, really, really striving to get to that place where you go in your quiet place with your little wine and read your book or listen to your music. I really be wanting to, I feel like that's once you got to that place in life. That place of peace. When you get that wine and can just walk off and chill. Our live yesterday was real, real, real good. I woke up this morning thinking about that live. Just talking about them childhood traumas, baby. Them things is nothing to play with. And I don't care how much you try to put them things on the back burner. That's one thing in life. I don't care how much you try to hide it. Any traumas, even as an adult, no matter how much you try to hide traumas, they always find their way to resurface. I don't care if it's a situation that come along that may remind you of that, or the person who may have done it to you come around, or your life is just in shambles sometimes, or sometimes even you just have too much time to think. Sometimes having too much time to think also will bring those traumas up. So I know a lot of people that go through a lot, they just try to stay busy. Stop. They don't want to stop because when they stop, they got too much time to think. And when they think, it be those bad things that they think about. But like they say, the good thing is always tomorrow. As long as you get a chance to see tomorrow, you're a step closer. To one day doing some type of, like I said, it's never 100% healing, but get another step closer to getting another percentage of healing to help yourself move forward and function successfully, to where you don't really re-hurt yourself or re-victimize yourself, because we can re-victimize ourselves too. When we sit there and dwell on that pain and we allow that pain to consume us, we re-victimizing ourselves too and don't even know it. When we allow that hurt and that trauma to constantly be on our mind or consume our thoughts, and definitely when we allow it to control our actions. Because when you move off pain, you will never make the right moves. Moving off pain, your judgment is cloudy. Like I said, anything built on a negative foundation won't stand. And that goes, for yourself as a person too. When you fill your head with negative stuff and allow yourself to be around negative stuff or keep negative stuff and people in your space, your energy starts to mimic their energy. And you don't know all of a sudden you mad all the time, or you can't never find peace in your space. You can't ever find peace in your head. You allowed the wrong kind of people in your space. The wrong kind of people. And now they negative energy and wore off on you because you had them in your space too long. That's why I'm real good at try. Like I said before, picking up people vibes. If your vibes ain't right, mm-mm. My cousin just left here and she was saying that. She was like, "You right," because I be scared to bring people around you, girl. She was like, as soon as you bring somebody around you and you read them wrong, you be like, I'm about to go. And you be having people looking at you like, what's wrong with her? I ain't did nothing to her. No, you didn't do anything with me, to me. But your vibe is no, no, no. Your vibe is telling me that if I stay around too long, it ain't gonna end up good. You're gonna be in the, did something that I don't like, said something that I don't like, made a move I don't like. And because I already feel that your vibe is off, I'm gonna react the wrong way. Because vibes are big. And a lot of people don't understand the importance of picking up on people's vibes and moving based on the vibes that you feel. Don't ever ignore a negative vibe. Ever. You got that power for a reason. That power to pick up on and that intuition and picking up on vibes. You got that for a reason. That's not in vain. That's not something that you just popped out the sky or something that you are envisioning and that don't really exist. That's real. And it's a gift that God gave us all. Some people ignore it. That's why I don't like to be around people I don't know. When I used to go out to the clubs and stuff coming up, I don't want to be around nobody that I do not know. Because when you under the influence, that gift of intuition and picking up vibes, it's not as strong as when you got a clear mind and you're not under the influence. So you mess around and find yourself in a bad space with the wrong people. Because you can't think clear when you're under the influence. You don't know what's going on. Most of the time when you're under the influence, you're just looking for some sort of fun but you ain't thinking clear. You are not thinking clear when you're in that. That's why I always tell my daughters, if y'all gonna go to the club, y'all go with each other. I don't care if y'all going with these so-called friends. Don't go unless one of your brothers or your sisters going with you. Don't trust nobody around you that's not your mama, your daddy, your brothers and sisters when you are deciding to alter your mental, which is what alcohol will do. And ain't nobody gonna protect you like us. I don't trust no friend or nothing. You better have one of your brothers with you. Because I can't be with you because I don't party with my children. That ain't happening. Then they ask me plenty of times, Mom, we grown now. I don't care how grown you is. I don't want to party with you. What we got in common? Nothing. I ain't partying with you. Shoot. And that's why I stopped going to clubs, because these clubs be letting all these little young churn in. Oh, please. If they need to open a 40 and over club, then me and my husband probably decide to indulge again. Once a blue moon. I mean 40 or over. If you ain't 40 or over, all I should say maybe 35 and older. Well, them 25 and older clubs don't work either, because they let them little churn and they don't be nowhere near no 25. But they let them in them little spots. And little 25 and older joints. They let them little churn and then you go in there, you see your kids' friends. Oh, heck no. I know this is the wrong place for me. Because they really don't be caring about nothing but making money. But these little churn, a lot of them don't know how to act. That's why it's hard to go anywhere really now and have fun. Because these children do not know how to act at all. Even once you mix an immature mind with alcohol, that's the recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for disaster. But yeah, this Saturday, I think I'm just going to spend it playing my music. I wish Swag gone. I was going to ask her if she going live tonight. Because just relaxing. Now, my baby all the way live tonight. I just got out the bathtub. Hopefully that'll put her to sleep. But she still sound, I can hear all the way around there with her daddy, laughing and playing. She sound like she about to pull an all-nighter. Which she's been doing that for like the last 2 months because we took her pacifier. And so now she's staying up like she's a newborn again. She'll be up sometimes to 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning because her comfort is gone, which is where when she had a pacifier, once you rub her eyes, you give her a pacifier, she gonna lay down and go to sleep. But now that comfort gone, it's big. I could, she. Man, why? See what I'm saying? Why is you back? Go back to dad. Go back to dad now. Go back to dad, mama. Okay, go to dad. Come back when mommy finish her video, okay? See, she's screaming and hollering. She on one tonight. I just got out the bathtub, but she still ain't winding down. Okay, go take it to daddy. That's cute. That's so nice. Go take it to daddy. Big girl. She still ain't winding down. She's still all the way live. And what it is, 10, 12 at night. And she's still crunk. I just came on here to talk a little bit because, like I said, I was in here chilling, winding down. I gave my baby a bath, fed her. Was hoping she was going to go to sleep, but clearly she got other plans. Y'all heard her just coming here screaming. She back around into rah. She is on one tonight. You hear me? She is all the way live. And I'm so happy her daddy don't have to work tomorrow because it's on him. I got to work in the morning. He will definitely be dealing with that. Not me. Because she is live. He walking here sometimes. Because he be around there on his video game sometimes till late. When he don't have to work the next day. And she be right around there with him. But I mean, she stayed up so late that I had to ask the doctor, like, what's wrong? Why all of a sudden she seemed like she transitioning back to newborn stage? And that's when they told me it's because you took her binky away. So she used to take that, and that helps put her to sleep. And due to the fact that it's now gone for now about 2 to 3 weeks, she still has not adapted to her new way of life. Like when you get sleepy, you're not going to get the binky to go to sleep. So it makes her stay up. It makes her literally stay up all night long. And you'll catch her, playing in her mouth and, rubbing her teeth and stuff like that because she used to having it in there. And y'all, when I say it's the hardest thing, because I feel like I have a newborn all over again, it is the hardest thing. I'll be like, Lord, she's 2. Who would have known? Because I never had this. Like I said, that's why I say every child is different. She's number 9, but I've never had this type of issue with that type of attachment to a pacifier. And, the separation part. The separation, I never knew it could be this hard. Like, as far as she won't even go to sleep at night. I never, ever, ever thought that nothing like this would happen. I never experienced it before. And that's why they tell you every pregnancy is different. Every child is different. They don't have the same demeanors. Their characteristics are not the same. I can't tell you none of my children are just alike. All 9 of them are totally different people. All 9 of them have totally different demeanors. And all 9 of them, you have, like I said, some of them needy, some of them not. But they all needy in different ways. The ones that are needy, the ones that are not, they still require some things, but they just don't require, the same things as the other ones. But they all got their own little characteristics. And we pretty good at telling when they being deceitful too, all of them though. Because I guess in the raising process, you learn certain facial expressions, certain body language, twiddling fingers. Like you learn different things about each child. Like I got one, you can tell when he's just telling a bold faced lie because he cannot look you in the face. I don't care how much you be like, hold your head up, look me in the face. He cannot. And I think it's like that because I always told him, as a man, I don't care what the situation, you stand up. You a man. You always look another man in the eye, or you always look anybody in the eye when they talking to you. Because when you feel like you can't look him in the eye, that's a sign of weakness. So anytime he does something, I don't care what it is, no matter what he's saying out his mouth. If he can't look me in the eye, I know he's lying. It don't matter what it is, because he cannot look me in the eye and lie. No matter how much he try, he cannot look me dead in my eye and tell a lie. He's not good at that at all. Now, I have a daughter, she can. She look you dead in your eye and be telling a bold-faced lie. But it's different things with her than I know she lying. I don't know, it's like the way her mouth move or her body language. There's certain things, even though she can look me in my eye and tell me a bold-faced lie, her body tells me she's telling a lie. I be like, oh, you telling a bald-faced lie, and you know you is. But she can look you dead in your eye and lie to you. That son of mine, he can't. One of them, he cannot look you in your face. I don't care what it is. He's not gonna look you in your eye and lie to you. He gonna look everywhere but in your face. He'll look around, he'll look up, he'll look down, but he ain't gonna look you in your eyes. Then I got one, if the pressure get on too bad, you have to snatch that one, because that one will walk away from you. That's the one that I ain't got time for this type, this type of conversation. You ain't finna make me tell on myself. But that's already that thing telling me you telling a lie. When you want to walk away and you don't want to talk about it, oh yeah, well that teacher say you did it. Because you can't even stand in my face and defend yourself. So I know you're lying. But he can't, he just have to walk away. He ain't even finna stay in his space. He gonna try to find him a safe space out your face before he tell on himself. He gonna walk away from you. And I think that's the most disrespectful thing in the world. And we get into it all the time about it, because I've been snatched him by his shirt or something. Don't you walk away from me. But he just don't know. That first step to walk away was told me all I needed to know. So then I treat that situation just as you telling me a lie. So that situation, I'm going to treat it as however I choose at that point to discipline you for whatever it was that you did that caused us to be having that conversation. I'm going to discipline you as if you lying, because again, you can, but he don't understand that I picked up on that during his lifetime. He never, like, how she always know when I'm lying? I ain't telling you my secrets, so you can try to learn how to be deceitful. You can learn how to try to fix that part of you so you can stand in my face and lie to me. I'd rather you walk away than stand in my face and tell me a lie. That, because to stand in somebody's face and look them in the eye and tell a bold-faced lie, I feel like that's the most disrespectful thing. Like, because for one, when you look somebody in the eyes, that says a lot about your character. That's just like in interviews. They watch for the job interviews and stuff. They watch stuff like that. If you look them directly in the eye and talk to them, they watch your body language. They watch how you talk. But while they watching what how you answering their questions, they also have the skill of watching your body language. So they know if you just saying what I want to hear, or if you really telling me the truth, if you really got these skills, or if you're strong enough or even worth teaching these skills to. They're going to definitely watch your body language. Like crossing and keep crossing, uncrossing legs and stuff like that. You're telling a lie. You're getting uncomfortable. So you keep crossing and uncrossing your legs. It's just crazy the stuff that you learn having children, even multiple children. It's crazy the different stuff you learn that a lot of people go to school to learn, but you learn it just from experience watching it, just raising your children and getting to know them differently. Getting to know what upsets them, what they like, what they don't like. Like I have 7 who love seafood and 2 who can't stand it in the house. And I just be like, how out of all these kids, just y'all 2 turn out to be the ones don't even like the smell of seafood. And I ate so much seafood with all y'all because it's always been a craving. When I get pregnant, seafood and ice and pizza, oh yeah, I gotta have it. But those 2, out of everybody, they can't even stand the smell of it. And why y'all got that stank stuff around here? They cannot stand the smell of seafood. But then, like I said, everybody else love it. They all different. That's why I be saying when people talk about parenting, you can't parent all your children the same because all of them are not going to be receptive. What works for one may not work for the other. That's why I tell people you can't really tell people what to do with their children because it works for your child don't mean it's going to work for theirs. Their child is not your child. Their child personality may not be like your child's on. Now it's different if you say something like, this is what I do for my child. And they can choose to insert that in their parenting or not. But don't just assume because it worked for your child, it's gonna work for somebody else on, because that's just not how it works. All children are not receptive of the same things. You know, some children are try not to be receptive of nothing because they just want to do stuff their way. They don't want to listen to nobody. They think they got all the answers under the sun. They got answers to every doggone question. Everything that they want to do or can't do in life, they got a reasoning of why you should let them do it and how they can make guarantees that they really can't make. But it's one of the best things that I ever did in my life is being a parent. I learned so much, more than I ever learned in a textbook. I learned by just raising children. It amazes you. I learned a lot about people though through raising my children too. Because those same skills I learned, like movements and eye contact, stuff like that, that I learned with raising them, I use that same thing when I'm around a person. If you too fidgety, or if I'm talking to you and you keep moving your head, or you fiddling with your fingers, or you crossing them across your legs, you moving your butt, just keep moving around in the seat, you uncomfortable. Whatever you telling me is whatever finna come out your mouth is what you think I want to hear. It's not the truth. Because you're uncomfortable. But I always tell people, be comfortable with telling me if something I'm talking to you about makes you uncomfortable, say that. Don't be weird and lie. Just say, I don't want to talk about that. Or I don't want to answer that. A breakdown of communication can cause a lot of issues. A miscommunication can cause a whole lot of mess. A whole lot of unfortunate and unnecessary mess when it's miscommunication. But again, you got to know how to deal with the people that's in your space. You got to know how to deal with people. Everybody not receptive the same. Some people, you can't talk to people crazy or, think you can say anything slick out your mouth. Everybody not receptive of that. You got to know how to talk to some people. Like, I had one cousin, she's just very passionate. She's not mean at all. She's just very passionate with the things that she say. So sometimes she talk real loud. And a lot of times she get into it with people because they think she being nasty. And she be like, what? I'm not even mad. What are you talking about? But I be like, cause everybody can't take you. Everybody, they don't be around you every day, all day to know that you just very passionate about certain subjects. They think you screaming at them. They think you trying to be controlling or act like you a Miss Know It All. They don't understand that you just passionate. This is just how you talk. You're not really trying to be rude or acting like you run nothing. That's just the way you talk. That's like my aunt. Oh, she used to cuss us out all the time until she stopped cussing. But she still, she stopped actually cursing as she got older, but she would still be very aggressive. Like, pull on you, pinch you. She that auntie when you come around. And I used to couldn't stand it. She talk about how, how you getting thick, and it was innocent, but it's just how she would do it. And I'm like, auntie, stop. But and she would talk like me. She could talk to any kind of way because I was used to it. But then you have our other cousins, and they be like, I don't like the way she talks. She thinks she can talk to people any kind of way. And I be like, y'all, she don't mean no harm. And y'all know that. She'll give y'all the shirt off her back. But again, a lot of people are not receptive. People don't receive stuff the same way. And especially if you haven't been around somebody all your life. Like if she's somebody that y'all had just met, you would think she's the meanest woman in the world. When in reality, she's the total opposite. She's the sweetest woman in the world. She'll give you a place to lay. She'll make sure you have food on your stomach. But it's just that's how she is. She's never been quiet spoken her whole life. She's just not one of those quiet spoken people. She's just loud, and she like to be loud and laugh and, just say stuff. She's just always been like that. That's why I was always very careful with who I decided to take around my aunt. Because what you ain't gonna do is disrespect my auntie. But I know that everybody can't take her attitude. Everybody can't take her, her demeanor. Because she's still one of those women, though. She was always a powerful woman. When she walk in the room, she demand respect. Without saying anything out her mouth, her aura demands respect. And she always got it, no matter what room she walked in. It was like automatic. Like it just jumped off her and attached to the people in the room. Like she demands that respect. Again, her aura gave that off. She wasn't nothing to play with, though. And she definitely would never sit around and like watch anything happening to even a stranger. She was the one that one of the women that was gonna speak up. She was one of the women that if you walk in the street, you see something happening to somebody, she ain't finna walk past it. She gonna jump in the middle of it. She always just been that type. And that used to always be the scariest thing about her. We be like, Auntie, learn how to mind your business. She was like, she be like, no. If you walking past somebody and you see them being hurt or whatever, you don't mind your business. You you help people. You would want somebody to help if it was you. But as you learn with life, you got to be careful helping people, honey. You mess around and get yourself hurt about something that ain't had nothing to do with you, but you out there trying to help somebody because they're in the streets, fighting or arguing, and you trying to jump in the middle. So that's one of those lessons I listened to for a little while. But as life went on and this world changed for the worse, now I'm gonna get you some help. But I ain't gonna be too fast to jump in the middle of it right then and there and put my life on the line now. I ain't doing that, but she would have. She was the type of woman that would have. She didn't care about nothing. And I always appreciated that strength. I always felt safe around her. Because I know it don't matter. Woman, man, how big or small. She was going to protect us. And she wasn't going to let nothing bad happen to you. She would stand in front of a judge and read them their rights and tell them how she feel. She don't care that you're a judge. You're a human just like me. She would never want to bow down to nobody. And I always admired that about her. And that's one thing I was like, I always wanted that kind of strength. Whether you like it or not, I'm human just like you. Ain't nobody above God. That's how she lived her life. If you ain't God, she always tell you quick. That's the only man can humble my mouth. That's the only man can put me in a space where I feel like I need to humble myself. If you ain't God, I'm gonna say what I want to say. Either you take it or leave it. She said, let me tell you about that's what she used to love to say. I tell you about the tea in China. And when she say that, she about to read you. When she said, let me tell you about the tea in China, oh yeah, she about to read you. She about to read you your rights. You done said something she ain't like. And like I said, older in life, she stopped cussing. So those reads were very clear. Because they definitely wasn't cluttered or crowded with no cuss words. She'll read you clean. And read you. You hear me? Read you by and by. Like they say, like that song says, she will read, okay? It'll get better by and by. She will read you behind by and by. Read you for filth with not one cuss word. I'm like, that is a skill set that I need to learn. Because, baby, I don't know how to do that. I'm more like my grandma. I'm more than when my grandma, after every word she said, it was a cuss word. She had the mouth of a doggone trucker. And she passed that mouth down. Even once I'm upset, baby. Once I'm upset, I'm liable to say anything. But it's certain things, I know my limits. It's certain things I ain't saying at all. I don't care how mad I get. There's certain things I'm just not saying. I don't care how mad I get. I ain't saying it, baby. Because I don't play with that tongue. And I never even understood that until I got older, too. about the power in the tongue. Until I started seeing stuff in my life that I would say about other people, I started seeing that stuff manifest in my life. Like I used to always talk about, I ain't gonna flex. I used to always talk about people who had bald headed little girls. Oh, that used to be I'd be like, oh, that little girl ain't got no hair. And could see all my kids, my first 7, all of them, even the boys, had a whole bunch of hair. And I used to always talk about little girls with no doggone hair. Baby, number 8 came out. Not a, ooh, baby. When I said bald head, oh, I cried for days. I said, that's what I get. That was my first lesson about keeping my mouth off people, watching what I say. Because I thought I had it good, like I said. I'm like, shit, it could at least been a boy if you was going to do me like this. But no, I talked about bald-headed little girls. So God said, well, let me show you. Now you figure out how to deal with it. So I used to pinch that little thing together, put my 2 fingers together, pinch that little thing together, and put some rubber bands on it. Baby, it was a struggle, but I was gonna do them little that little bit of hair. I ain't care. She was gonna wear them little rubber bands pinched together. I ain't care. But I knew the lesson in it all. Now you did good the first 7, but you thought it was okay to put your mouth worrying about somebody else bald-headed little girl. Now here you go. Now you got one. I'm like, boy, it could have been a boy. Y'all ain't had to do me like this. But as she get older, it's growing on. I keep it braided or whatever. But it's just always something I look back and laugh about. That's why somebody say somebody y'all. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Don't even come around me talking about people kids. I don't think nothing funny. I talk about my own churn. And that was the thing. I always been comfortable talking about my own churn. You ain't had to tell me nothing about my churn. I ain't that mom be like, oh, when your baby come out, oh, my baby's so cute, honey. I done had no. Even when I was younger, baby, because my number 3, I tell her to this day, she said, Mom, I was 15. I be like, girl, forgive me. But you wasn't no pretty sight at all, honey. Not when you first came out, and at 15 years old, it mattered because they used to want to come up to the hospital. I said, no, she can't have no visitors, baby. I was 15, I was immature, but we laugh about it now. I be like, baby. Because back then, that's what people used to look for. They be like, oh, let me see her baby. I want to see how her baby look. Nope, you ain't. No, the hell you ain't. You ain't come to see how my baby look. You can go to hell with that. She can't have no visitors. So, if I can do that for my own child, you can just imagine how it was. Baby, my baby came out. Y'all know how the babies come out. Usually all babies come out, they have that wet curly hair or straight hair. Oh, no, baby. She was the first baby I ever seen in life. She came out with this dry hair like a Brillo pad, stuck straight up. Couldn't even brush it down, y'all, like the troll, like literally like the troll. And boy, it broke my heart. I heard that nurse. I'll never forget her words verbatim. I done been a nurse for 15 years. They were standing outside the door. She had to give me some of that good medicine and stuff. She thought I was asleep. That lady said, I done been a nurse for 15 years. I never seen a baby come out with dry hair. Oh, I said, oh, I know she did. When I tell y'all I cried and I said, oh, my baby. Oh, my heart was broke. My heart was broke that I heard that lady say that about my baby hair. That lady said she had been a nurse for 15 years. Ain't never seen nothing like that before. I said, that. But baby, I hadn't either. Because everybody, babies, I always seen babies either curly hair or straight hair, but it was always kind of soft at first. Even if after a couple of weeks it started to roll up and get dry and, start to go into the nappy phase, I never seen one come out like that. Because when she came out, I looked at her, I'm like, how the heck? But boy, to hear somebody else say it, oh, that thing had make me cry. I ain't lying. That thing made me cry. She was one of those babies that really had to grow into her looks. She had to grow into her looks. And I told Dad, I ain't never having no more babies by you ever. Child, that thing was serious when I was a teenager. That's why I say, and that's what my cousins always tell me, don't invite me to the hospital when you have no baby, because she gonna tell you. And I used to be that one. They be like, oh, my baby, no, the hell. You ain't finna sit up here and tell me you looking at the same thing I'm looking at and say your baby cute. You a damn lie. Don't start off lying to that damn. When I sit back and think, child, I used to be tough. So they'd tell them quick. Even my cousins say when they have babies, they be like, If their baby funny looking, they be like, Mika can't see my baby yet. Because she don't know how to shut up. I'm like, shoot, if I talked about my own, yours ain't off limits. If I talked about my own, I'm gonna talk about yours. So don't ask me. If you already know your baby, do not ask me, is your baby funny looking? Because I'm gonna say yes or no. Now, as I gotten older, I've learned to just say, until my cousin picked up on this. I said one day, I said, "Oh, she's so precious." She said, "I know what precious mean. Don't talk about my mother." She cussed me out. I said, "Girl, I said your baby precious now." She talking about, "I know what precious mean. When you say somebody baby precious." I said, "What?" That's all I got there. I just said she precious now. Let it be what it's gonna be. She said, "Well, at least you got better. Because back in the day, you would have just flat out said my baby ugly." I said, "Exactly. See, I'm learning." I said precious. But we all know they can grow into their looks. But when they first come out, sometimes they look kind of, like monsters a little bit. You have some come out good, but then you have some that just don't come out good. And it's okay. Stop asking people how your doggone baby look. Shoot. And then want them to lie to you. And sitting there like your ass ain't got no eyes. You can't see. Love is blind for real, then, ain't it? Child, I just never been that one. I be like, God dang, another funny looking one. I've been always like that. I'm real and raw and uncut. I always been like that. I ain't never been the one. Oh, my baby. So I be like, oh Lord, give him about 2 weeks, child. We'll come see him about 2 to 3. Give him 2 to 3 business days. These looks gonna take about 2 to 3 business days, baby. You gotta holler at me. Hell, the baby don't know what the hell I'm saying. I don't say it around the baby. Shut up, mind y'all damn business. I don't say it around the baby. I say it to myself. Or to the person asking to see him. Nah, he or she needs 2 to 3 business days, baby. You gotta holler at me after that. Give him about 2 more weeks, and then come see him. Cause baby, you say my baby, we gonna have a problem. And I just hate the ones that come back. Oh, your baby, stop that line. Lie again. The first time I told a girl that, she bust out laughing. She told Mika, you so doggone funny. Lie again. Well, now you tell me where that baby pretty at. You lie again. And I think that's why a lot of people, they just come and they just attach themselves. They're like, that thing's so funny. Because they are, I tell the truth. Like my auntie said, I'm going to tell you about the tea in China. Don't come trying to lie to me. You ain't going to make me see something just because that's my child. You want me to see something that ain't there. Stop lying. I know the difference between what I think cute and what I think ugly. You better sit down. Don't ask me if you don't want the truth about mine and everybody else on. Told them I done had a couple funny looking ones, but they grew into their looks. It's okay. They grew into them. I ain't never gonna be the one to lie. All my children came out so pretty. You a lie. All of us, sometimes you had maybe 1 or 2. You might have got lucky both times. They both came out real cute. But baby, you start having multiples in that bunch. You done had at least one funny looking one. So stop telling that lie. You done had one that looked kind of like E.T. come home. Come on now. You done had one. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. Be true to yourself. Now, you don't never tell a baby that. Like I told my daughter, she happened to ask. And I was like, baby, back then, you came out kind of challenged in the facial. You was kind of facially challenged, baby. And your hair was real dry. You say, what? I was like, yeah, baby, you was kind of, yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just ain't let my uterus calm down from the first one because I had y'all back to back like that. But yeah, you was facially challenged. I blame it on me. It ain't your fault. It was just a bad mixture of the egg and the sperm. It was just a bad mixture. It's just a bad mixture. It just had to warm up for a little while. It didn't finish baking. So then you just had to, I had to let you marinate for a few weeks. Then once you marinated for a few weeks, other things started popping out your face. Other nice little features started popping out your face. It just took a little while. It's okay. Don't let nobody talk about you, baby. But yeah, it's the greatest thing in the world. That's what my kids always tell people. If you don't want the truth, don't ask her. Because she don't know. They always say, because she don't know how to keep stuff cute. She going to tell you the raw and uncut truth. She going to make you cry. Just like I say, a lot of people make me cry. When people face me with my life like that day, on the live I was on before, I cried. Because that's stuff that you try to keep hidden. That's why I always tell people I love people to call me out on my BS right then and there. Don't let me wonder with it. Don't let me walk off with it. If I done dropped off some BS at your front door, you address that right now. Don't let it simmer, because I never do nothing with a malicious heart. So don't let nothing simmer. If you feel like I done dropped off some bull S at your door, you address it right then and there. Because if you drop off some at mine, I'm going to address it right then and there. I ain't giving you no slides. I'm going to say what I need to say in that moment. That's just the way I was raised. I don't give passes. I just don't give passes. And I don't do no sneak dissing. I don't do none of that. That's just not my character. It ain't in me. I always believe that the best way to live your life is just to be a direct person. And some people going to be able to take it. Some people not. But just like you give it, anything that you give or dish out on your life, you be open to take that back. Everything doesn't require an argument, or everything doesn't require confusion. You all can agree to disagree. And you can also just choose just not to be in each other's space, or, be in each other's company. It don't ever have to be walking away with any kind of beef. I eat beef. That's one meat I don't let marinate. I eat beef immediately. I don't deal with that foolishness. It's just not something that I let in my life. I've always, anybody around me could tell you that. I deal with stuff. I'm not finna let nothing similar. I'm not finna have to have you on my mind thinking of you in a negative manner, or thinking of any situation in a negative manner, when I can just go ahead and handle it right then and there. And whatever we decide right then and there in the moment is what it's going to be. We're going to choose not to be in each other's presence anymore. We're going to choose to no longer communicate with each other. We're going to cut ties right then and there. Or we like each other enough that we're going to fix whatever the miscommunication was. We're going to explain our parts of where it may have gotten twisted. We're going to fix it in that moment. And we never going to revisit it again. We're going to go ahead and cut that off right then and there. We ain't letting nothing simmer. We ain't finna have, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do that. I just don't operate like that. You know what? You miss out on a lot of good people in your life holding on to nonsense, or letting miscommunication manifest without just addressing it. You miss out on some blessings. Sometimes you miss out on good people. I never want to miss out on good people in my life. If you're a good person that's gonna come in my life and change my life for the better, I want you in my life. I want to have the opportunity to get you to know you. Hey, Sting of Black Scorpion. Hey, how you doing? I don't want it to be no miscommunication. I don't want it to be no question about my character or your character, in our space. I'd rather just address whatever the issue is right then and there. And like I said, either we're going to decide that it was a miscommunication, and that maybe I didn't perceive what you said the way you was dishing it out, or maybe what you said, you was really trying to be funny. Either way, I need to know. So then at that point, I can choose, if you just trying to be slick, to just cut ties and not be in your space, not say nothing else to you. Because again, negativity, I don't dwell in at all. There's just no time. That's great. I'm blessed too. I am blessed too. God has been good. He woke me and my family up this morning. There's nothing else I can ask, I have no complaints. Yeah, I just don't like negative stuff in my space. I'm too good of a person. If anything, I'll make you laugh before I do anything. If I can't make you laugh, I definitely never make you cry. And I don't, at this point in my life, not saying that I never did it in my past, but at the woman that I'm becoming, my name is what it is for a reason on here. My life is changing. I'm changing for the better. I feel like I've learned from the things that I went through in my past. And today is a different woman than yesterday. Every day I'm going to be a better woman, and I won't let nobody step in the middle of that. I done worked too darn hard to be a better woman than what I used to be. Because the woman I used to be was filled with so much anger, filled with, if anybody do something to me, I'm gonna do it back. She was filled with so much hate. She blamed the world for situations that the world didn't do to her, for things that the world didn't bring her way. But in her mind, everybody was guilty. A lot of different things, just different things. Right now, in the moment, I'm just talking about, the woman that I'm trying to become. Because at this point in my, even though, my first 5 are gone, so now I still have children in the home, but now I got a pinch of time to work on me. And that pinch of time that I have to work on me, I want to be working to be the best me. I don't want to insert anything negative in that little pinch of time, because I only got a little pinch of time to myself to work on myself. So there's no space in that little pinch of time for negativity. There's no room in my life for that at all. Yes, ma'am. I think at some point, a lot of us used to be that woman that used to blame the world for our problems. Used to blame the world for stuff that happened to us that we had no control over, or, that we were not protected from. We blamed everybody in the world. Sometimes we inflict some things on ourselves. So it was a lot of stuff that happened, even in my adulthood, that I had to blame myself for. Even though my vision was cloudy, I should have made better decisions. So I had to self-reflect. And again, sometimes with self-reflection, you can't believe you did some of the things that you did. You so busy worried about what everybody else got going on, and, hating using your time to hate and dwell on stuff that you can never change. That you moving real janky. But you can't pay attention to how you moving, because you worrying about how everybody else moving. In reality, you the jankiest of them all, because you moving crazy. But you can't see it, because you so invested in other people's mess. And love to stay in mess, honey. Love to gossip. Love to, do all that. When you figure out in life that junk don't bring add no value to your life whatsoever. If anything, it tells a lot of people that pay attention the type of person that you are. They be like, dang, every time you turn around, she gossiping about something. Every time you turn around, she knows such and such business. Like, wait a minute, when you got time to worry about you? You can always tell somebody what somebody else done said. Whole time, like I said, you moving janky, because you don't really genuinely, care about how what you saying out your mouth going to affect somebody else. You just want people to be hurt because you hurt. Or you feel like you're doing something right in the moment by telling somebody, what the other person said. In reality, you're not. Don't ever be the dog that carried the bone. Because usually the bone carrier is a miserable person. That bone carrier, that one who always, I'm never been a gossip. That's a good thing. I ain't gonna lie, I would sit down and listen to some gossip when, and be in the middle of some gossip when I was coming up, even as a teenager. But as you get older, you figure out that junk boring, and it nothing good come from it. So I tell people quick now when they try, girl, that is not my business. I don't hang with that person. I don't know nothing about that person. That I mix. Now it's different from when you're looking at different stuff on the internet, because that's what it all is, all to be informative. But I'm talking about in my real life. Don't bring me nobody else's business. Because I'm like, if you felt like that, what did you do to improve her? Is there anything that you can add to her life that can stop her from going through that? If she was stank, did you offer her some deodorant? No, you the person that rather come back and say, oh, she was stank. But you hung with her all night. You let her be stank all night. You let people talk about her all night, but you supposed to be her friend. Now you think you're finna carry that bone and sit down and talk to me about her. No, you're not. You better get out my face. And this our last conversation, because I see the type of person you is. This ends now. This is our last conversation. You're a different type of person. You're the type of person I no longer want affiliated in my life. This new woman I becoming don't have space for women like you. Because sometimes the most self-destructive people is the ones you call your friends and your loved ones. Sometimes they're the most self-destructive people you're gonna ever encounter. I'm like this: if you gossip with me, you're with me about somebody else, you'll gossip about me. Exactly. Because I'm like this, like, where the conversation even start, don't ever come back and tell me what nobody said. Because I'm like, what you said? I'm that person. What you said? If y'all had a whole conversation, you mean to tell me you just sat there and listened to a whole conversation, you had nothing to say? You ain't finna make me believe that. What you said to keep the conversation going. If y'all conversing, that means that person talking and you talking too. So what were you saying? What were you saying that made it go from that person making a statement to you all having a conversation? Ain't nobody gonna have the whole conversation by themselves. Not in the presence of another person. Y'all going to converse. You gonna talk and they gonna talk. So both of y'all had something to say. So tell me your part too. What were you saying to keep the conversation going? Somehow they always forget that part. That one that carry that bone, forget that part. They forget that part of adding what they said. They don't want to add that part, Miss Scorpion. They don't want to add what they said. Oh no, girl, I ain't said nothing. I was just sitting there listening. Get out my face. Who you think you talking? Get out my face. Stop being stupid. Get out my face. Because ain't no part of you think I believe that. Ain't no part of you think I believe that you just sat there while somebody just went on for hours and hours about me. And you ain't add nothing. All you was doing was subtracting from the conversation and storing it in your mind to run back and tell me. Because I feel like this, if you ain't going to tell me, you need to hit me up while you're in the middle of the conversation. I don't care if you call me on your phone secret and say, come. She got something to tell you. I'm that person. If I know the person directly and I can call them, hey, she got to holler at you. She got some stuff on her chest. Don't tell me, you tell her. Scary ass. Don't sit here and talk to me about nobody. You go talk to them directly. Don't talk me to death. About some, I don't care nothing about nobody else's business. If I can't add to them, I damn doggone sure ain't trying to subtract nothing from them. And I can't judge nobody. We all have been through something. Don't none of us sit high enough to judge. We all have been through some gutter stuff. We all got skeletons. Don't come running me about nobody's business. Focus on your own business. Talk to me about let's create a business. Have that same engine when you talking to me about something that's beneficial to both our future or helping create generational wealth for our children. Exactly. I cannot stand. That's exactly why. Exactly. Because women are the worst at that. Sitting around in huddles talking about people. Half of the time they don't even know the heck they want. And when they don't know the truth, they start telling lies. So half of the time, half of the stuff you're hearing ain't even the truth. It's just what they done assume because the person ain't put them enough in their business to know the whole truth. They just heard part of it and ran with it. And added with the parts they wanted to add to it to make it seem way worse than what it really is. Women have a bad tendency of doing that. But when you look back at all those conversations that you had about other people, you will see that it didn't advance your life none. It didn't help you at all. And a lot of times those women that you stay back and gossip back, they surpass you in life. And while you still sitting back gossiping and talking, they at a whole nother level in their life. Because while you was talking, they was doing positive stuff. They was doing stuff to elevate their life while you sitting back talking, wasting your time talking about it. Worrying about the rut they in the moment, knowing that bad times don't last always. And God tell you he'll make your enemy your footstool. And those same people that you down, God gonna bless you right in front of. I'm a firm believer in that. That's another reason why I don't want to hear it. Because while you talking real bad, one day God gonna make it so you need that same person. Like I said, I indulged in it as a teenager and in my 20s and stuff like that. But now the woman I am now, I don't even want to hear it. Don't even bring it to me. Like I said, the internet different because it's something that we all watching and that's what it's out here for. You could choose to have some sort of opinion on it or not. But it's nothing that people should be taking too deep or taking personal. When I say they shouldn't be taking it so deep, I mean people shouldn't be going so deep in other people's real life. Like, it's internet. Use it as entertainment purposes only. Like, if this person ain't your friend or somebody you hang with, why is you worrying about what's going on in their personal life? Like, what is that gonna help you? How's that gonna help your life at all? Worrying about people's personal life that you probably never see a day in your life. Now, these famous people, they put it out there because they want, they want you to keep them relevant. But regular people like you and I, why the hell would we do that to one another? Why would you worry about what's going on in somebody's personal life? That's their personal life. Like I said, you'll never really, probably ever really meet these people in real life. And even if you do decide to know them in real life, you still shouldn't be in their personal business unless they insert you in it or request that you be in there. Outside of that, it shouldn't be your business. All right, Miss Corbin, it's not. It's just not your business. Who the hell are you to think that you have a right to be in people's personal business? Who the hell you think you is? Like, people just gotta learn boundaries and limits. Everything in life has a boundary. Like, don't overstep your boundaries. Like I said, because we all got skeletons. We all have done stuff we ain't proud of. Don't nobody need no dang on stranger trying to tell him about them. Because you can't tell me, you can't tell a stranger, you can't tell them nothing about them. What you read or what you see don't mean it's true. And if it is true, that's for them to deal with, not you. Because the same stuff that you wish for somebody else will go knock on your door. Karma got everybody address and nobody above it, and nobody can beat her. Be careful what you put your mouth on. I tell people that all the time. I even tell my children at a young age, I'm teaching them young with the things that I wish I would have learned young. Be careful what you put your mouth on. Sometimes it's better just to pray for people. If you know somebody doing bad and you can't help them, don't talk about them. Pray for them. Pray that God, bless them or God turn it around for them. Pray that God heal them. Pray that God, manifest the dreams of their, the desires of their heart. May God step in, turn their life around. May God heal them, heal their children. May God comfort their heart. May God, help them grow in life. May God help them, guide them through in the times of weakness. Because a lot of people go through real serious stuff. When I grow up in a different area. You meaning when you say you grew up in a different area, Miss Scorpion, what are you referring to? You mean in your area they didn't? In your era, when you saying that, you mean as far as what, like people talking about people and stuff? I think that was in everybody's era. Because I used to hear my mom sitting there and gossiping her and her friends. Gossip about people, not knowing that they were really gossiping, but they would just sit around and talk about people. When I used to go to the card games with my grandma, that's all they did in them card games. Sit in they and talk about people. I was like, y'all supposed to be playing cards. But then as soon as one of them lose or something, that's when they talking about something different. Because them card games used to be something violent. Child, that is a great memory though. Those card games used to be violent. You hear me? Even when I used to sit there and watch my grandma, she was this little chunky woman, okay? She had a Jerry curl. My grandma left out of here with that Jerry curl. You hear me? She sent her and that Jerry curl, when it was time, they went to heaven together. You hear me? She used to sit there, baby. Don't let her lose. Ooh, she used to say some cuss words I never even knew existed, baby. Them people at that table was everything but the child of God. They would slam their hands on the table, flip the tables over. I'd be like, gee, y'all need security at these games. Y'all need security. Some of them be arguing so much their teeth fall out their mouth. Lord, you done scream so much your teeth fell out. This lady named Miss Mary, I swear her teeth used to fall out every. I be like, Miss Mary, please glue your teeth in before the game. Because you come here, know you're going to get the screaming and hollering, and them teeth fly out your mouth like that. Age-wise, we wasn't allowed to hang around. Right. No, I wasn't supposed to. Oh, you talking about, yeah. Well, see, my grandma, I was older then. My mom hadn't died and everything, so she would have most of the card games at her house. The majority of them, she would have them at her house. Her and my aunts, they threw the card games at their house very seldom. I think I probably went to maybe 2 that was outside of one of their house. So we had no choice but to be around because the card games was held there. But child, we would sit at the end of those steps. Now we wouldn't sit like that, like right behind them. We'd be, coming down the stairs, being mischievous, being nosy churn, and that's all they be down there doing. But Miss Mary and them teeth used to scare the heck out of me. You hear me? Cause her teeth would fly out. She said, "You some of my bit," and them things every time that on that bit, there go the teeth. I was like, "Ooh, you gotta stop saying that bit so hard. That bit part is that B. Yeah, that B make them teeth come out. Ooh, they fly out. And give me my teeth. Don't none of you That's me the funniest. It's the craziest things from your childhood. That is something I will never, ever in my life forget. Every time, I swear, Miss Mary, and didn't care. Slap him right back in her mouth and go right back. I'd be like, ooh, don't let her have another bad hand, baby. Because she get another bad hand, baby, it's going down. And me and my brother sit at the end of that doggone steps, and my cousins, they be like, oh, there it come, it's coming. She get to moving around in that chair. Y'all mother cheating. Once I hear cheat, oh y'all, it's about to come now. It's coming now. She got a bad hand, baby. But she would never. That's why I back then used to think that ditches was real bad. But as you get older, and you see more people in life now, and right now it's just different. Even I used to see so many actual young people that got them and stuff like that. You learn that they sometimes that just come with age. There's a lot of people that still have, you know, are able to have, keep them. But I never knew that you could actually be older, and still have your original teeth. I never knew that until I got on TikTok. And I see like older women that's actually older in their 70s and stuff, and they still have their natural teeth. I always thought like losing your teeth losing your teeth was just something that always happened. It came with age. You know what I'm saying? I never knew, and I know that might sound crazy, but that's just really what I thought. That everybody, once you can only, like, I thought teeth were like a limited, one of them limited time offers. Like you have them for a little bit of time, but once you get older, that's automatic. Like your teeth they only last for a certain amount of years. I always thought that. But now, like I say, TikTok and stuff now, that social media, you getting to see older women. Like they have older women and men, they have natural teeth. I was like, wow, I never knew that. And that's the craziest thing, right? But I really, 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 truly, I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart. I really never thought. I thought, like, once you get probably like 70 or something, you automatically, you know, you wouldn't have your natural teeth. But I've actually seen some that have their natural teeth. And I'm like, well, how? And that's just one of those. That just goes to show how much attention I pay now. That I'm more focused in life. Because who would focus on something like that? It's just something that I focused on. Because I never knew that it was like that until. And you see some of these 70-year-old women. These women look good, baby. They put the young girls to shame, honey. I'm like, age ain't nothing but a number for real. Because these women look good. Shoot, it's a lot of these young girls that's looking old fast. Cause they doing all these drugs and living these fast lives, honey. They looking old fast. And these older ones looking bomb. Snatching up all the little young tenders. Not if you take care of them. Yeah, I see that now. But it don't even always come from that either. What I learned too, like from different blood pressure medicines, and like blood deficiencies like anemia, if you're a bad ice eater, like a lot of that stuff. Because I've gotten some of mine pulled out the back, but I have bad anemia and I eat ice real bad. So it affects my teeth. And they used to have me on clonidine when I was having blood pressure medicine real bad, and that made me lose some teeth in the back too. So it's just different things, but that come with age. People really think that people, just because they lose their teeth, that mean they never took care of their teeth. No, that's not what that means. They could have been on different medications. Something could have happened traumatic in their life where their teeth was knocked out. Their body, like I said, you can have that bad anemia deficiency that eat your teeth up. Because most people that are anemic love ice. Yeah, that's just like me. I eat cups and cups of ice, and my doctor cannot stand it. He be like, "When are you gonna stop?" I can't stop eating the ice. Even when I'm pregnant, I'm gonna eat ice more than I eat food. It's just the worst doggone habit, and I can't get rid of it. I cannot. I try so hard not to eat the ice. I worked when I used to work at this other job. The lady used to tell me that I need to suck on lemons. That lemons will help strengthen my teeth, since I have that bad thing with eating ice. She just be like, gargle with lemon juice and stuff like that. It will help strengthen the enamel in your teeth. Cause baby, I'm gonna eat some ice. But I am now to a point where I don't eat the hard ice anymore since it started affecting my teeth. I eat crushed. Oh yeah, that ice will. Yeah, that ice will mess you up. That ice will definitely mess you up. But I eat it by the bags. Hear me? I go to Sonic and I go to Sonic. I always get 2 bags at a time. I go to Sonic. When I get low, I go to I always buy my bags of ice either from Sonic or Zaxby's. Cause they got that good crushed ice. I don't do the hard ice no more. But I can't stop eating it. And my doctor be so mad every time I come. You ain't let the ice go yet, ain't it? No. My dentist the same thing. Listen, I don't know how to let it go. I'm just so addicted to that ice. And I don't understand how you get addicted to ice, but I am. I cannot not eat me some ice. I gotta have me some ice, baby. I probably take ice over some food. I will eat some ice. Yes, yes, that crushed ice. Oh, that's some good ice. My freezer stay with ice in it. Don't let me find out. The kids automatically say, even if I don't mind your ice low, because they already know if I ain't got no ice, it's going down. Even when I'm pregnant, honey, I'm going to cry. You going to have to give me that ice. You got to give me that ice. I need it. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't nobody going to sleep in here tonight. Go get that ice. My 11-year-old tell you, she tell you, I don't even want no ice in my cup. I don't want to see ice. So I was so sick of my mama with that ice. I love me some ice. I love me some ice. I just eat it, eat it, eat it. It's the weirdest addiction, but I got it bad. But it definitely tears your teeth up. I think it may be the harder ice, but at this point, I don't know which one it is, but I stopped eating the harder ice once my teeth started being affected, but it was a combination of things. Outside of the anemia and and all that. And at some point I was on clotidine, which was a blood pressure medicine. Which thank God for a little while. Like for the last 2 years, I haven't been having any issues with blood pressure, so I stopped taking the medicine because it affected my teeth real bad too. It made them. A lot of medicines make your teeth brittle. So on top of that, and being an ice eater, they just can't. They couldn't take it. You know, people that eat ice real bad too. Yep. Hey, I think everybody knows somebody who addicted to that ice. I think everybody knows somebody that got that bad addiction. That ice is a ooh. That ice is a bad one. My grandma had it too. She would keep up big cups. And she must have passed that mess on to me. That must be where I got that from. My mama, and my aunt, oh, they used to eat that ice, walk around with cups and cups. And I'm the same exact way. I cannot do it. I gotta get me some ice. I have to. I gotta have it. That's wonderful. You off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I stopped. They ain't take me off. I just stopped taking them. But every time I go, because I just noticed what I didn't like about it is because first I asked them to lower the dosage. Because when I used to take it, I couldn't function. All I did was sleep. And I'm telling him, I'm a mother. I have children. I cannot sleep all day. And I work. I cannot sleep all day long. So like, oh, Wes, how's your blood pressure get? I can't, lower the dosage. So one day I just decided I wasn't taking it no more. I had maybe like two episodes after that, bad headaches, and had to go to the hospital. Blood pressure was through the roof. But I promise you, in the last 2 years, I haven't had one issue with that blood pressure, and I haven't popped not one clotidine in 2 years. But I haven't had any issues with it. And every time I go to, because I stopped going to him because I felt like his care just wasn't. So I had got this other doctor, and every time I go to her, she said it's crazy that your blood pressure, you don't take that medicine, and your blood pressure is never high. I said, oh, but God, I'm a firm believer. Because if I tell you giving me something where I can't be a mother to my children, and you tell me that you can't lower the dosage, I don't think you're trying hard enough for me. So let me just go ahead and fix this. And I just, to God be the glory. It's just in the last 2 years I haven't had. Now I still have headaches from time to time, and that's kind of like I look at more home remedies, like natural cures when it comes. Like I start like even when my blood get real low, I know because I feel weak, I eat liver, eat a lot of greenery. I'm just not one. I don't let them. I ain't quick to be on that medicine. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it made me think for the fact that in 2 years I didn't need the medicine. It may always make me wonder: is it just the natural stuff that I use, or was I misdiagnosed? Because how can it just not be happening no more in the last 2 years? Like I said, I'll get the headaches from time to time, and when I feel the headaches, then I use the natural cure stuff that I be looking up. But still, if you act like I was gonna have to take that clotidine for the rest of my life, how is it that I function fine and I haven't, I don't have elevated blood pressure, even with these churn? So it be making me think that I be maybe misdiagnosed because so much be going on. It's plenty of situations where I be feeling like, my blood pressure should have been through the roof and it wasn't. So, but I don't never question no blessing from God, baby, because I believe in him before I believe in anybody earthly. God is still in the healing business, okay? So like I said, I believe in him before I believe in anybody. So he probably said that ain't the plan he had for me. That's right. With God, anything's possible. He makes the impossible possible. And I don't never question. And I tell you about it, I don't have to explain what God has done for me. You worried about what he gonna do for you. Now I'm gonna always praise him, and I'm gonna always tell my story about what he brought me through. But I won't answer to nobody or feel like I owe nobody no explanation about how good God has been to me, even though I'm perfectly imperfect. But I made perfect in his image, so I don't care. He know me. He know me better than I know myself. I used to tell people when I do stuff, I be like, now look, now I'm on probation. Y'all got me on probation with Jesus. When I used to indulge, I used to say that all the time. I used to give myself probation. Like, now I'm on a probationary period. You know, made me do that or say that, got on my nerves. And now look. And I be steady on my God, please. I ain't mean to say. We all are perfectly imperfect. That's why I tell people we fall short of God's glory every day. Nobody is perfect. Like people really need to stop just hearing that and apply that to your life and understand you are not perfect. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you everything in your life going right. You are not perfect. You got some skeletons, baby. And you got some things in your life that you wouldn't want nobody to keep pushing back in your face, some indiscretions that you've done, because we all have. Nobody is perfect. Because if it was a such thing as a perfect person, what would we need God for? That alone is why I know ain't nobody in this world perfect. We all fall short. You ask for forgiveness and you move forward. But once you ask for forgiveness, you can't keep revisiting the same behavior. Because now you're just playing in his face. But again, that's on you. At some point, when I found myself continuously doing the same things, I kept praying keep going in the same situations I kept praying myself out of. And again, I started self-reflecting, and I'm like, I know God tired of me. Like, girl, every time you ask me to get you out of this situation, I get you out. But you find your way back every time. That's where that free will come in. And then you're down here asking me for forgiveness. Here you go, asking me to help you again. Here you go. Now I gave you free will. Now you're just abusing it. You know, I give you free will, but he also hand out punishments too. The put it with it, but his punishment gonna fit the crime. So that's why I just learned. Like I tell people, ain't nothing perfect about me. I still fall short of God's glory every day, but I'm trying. And that's all I can do. I'm trying. And I ask him every day, God, lead my footsteps. God, help will come out my mouth. God, guide me on this journey of fixing me. Because I need you. I need you. Yeah, he's never tired, and that's the good thing. But in my mind, that's an earthly feeling, because you know that if it was somebody that you was responsible for that constantly keep doing the same thing and you keep helping them, a human emotion is getting tiresome. I'm tired of you keep doing the same thing. So that's why I used to say, I know he's tired of me. But that's what's the perfect thing about him. He never gets tired. And whenever you're ready to come back, he right there. That's the only thing that keep a lot of people moving. Yep, that's all we can do is try. And that's what I do. But I always let them know I need help. I can't do it by myself. I've lived my whole life sometimes having bad behaviors. So bad behaviors are hard sometimes to break from. But I'm trying. I'm trying to learn how to ignore a lot of things. I'm trying to learn to not always react all the time. Because I used to be so quick tempered, and I just be asking God to help me because I have little ones watching me. So I just be like, God, please, it's a hard for me because I always had to be on the defense. So I don't know how to be nothing but defensive. I've always had to protect myself. So that's just how I am. But I be asking God to lead me, guide me, Lord, help me. Because I know I can't do it by myself. I ain't even act like I can. Because I know I can't. I know I can. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I know I can. Even once you did something, did me something. My temper can get way out of control. But he has been doing very good at keeping me stable, making me think before I react, think about what I'll lose by reacting a particular type of way. He's been very good at showing me those type of things before my foot hit the ground. Like, if you go out here and do this, this is what can happen. And that's what I make sure I do. I keep him first. I keep him first in my life. When I don't feel like I got nobody, I know I got him. And I don't care who else don't stand with me. I know he will. I know he gonna stand with me. In the midst of my trials, in the midst of my worries, he gonna stand with me. And I know he ain't gonna never take me somewhere that, where his grace and mercy won't follow me. But like I said, it's all we can do is try. Nobody can expect you, like I always tell people, don't overexert yourself for other people. A person can't expect you to do nothing but what you can do. If a person wants you to do more than what you can do, they crazy. I'm gonna do what I can do, and that's it. That's all. If you're gonna accept what I can do, or you move around, find somebody else to do it. It ain't gonna stress me out. And boy, when you learn how to cut people out your life, but most of the time, the people that you got to cut out is the ones that you love the most. Boy, that cut off process hurts so bad. That cut off process, when you really start to envision, you really start working on yourself. Gotta be careful what you ask God for now if you ain't ready for it. When you ask God to reveal, you gotta be careful with that one. You gotta be careful with that prayer. Because the most of the time when he revealed to people, it hurt. It cut like a knife. Because most of the time it's the people that you thought you had your best interests at heart. The people that you love the most. Those are the ones that most of the time that he start to reveal to you. And that'd be a hard pill to swallow. That thing feel like knives. Hard pill to swallow. And I know that's right. Just had to cuss. Yeah, boy, that thing hurt. But sometimes you just gotta do it for your own sanity. When you realize sometimes being in a space where some people can destroy you, oh, that thing hurt though. But you know it gotta be done. And if you don't do it, it's gonna destroy you. But that thing, ooh, that cutoff season, baby. That cutoff season hurt. But that bounce back gonna be better. That bounce back is what's gonna help you get through that hurt. When you start seeing your life improve. Because you now listen and you cut that person off that God would tell you the whole time that you just gotta cut off in order to go to the next level. Or in order to have a better life. You know, in order to get all the wicked stuff from around you. So like people, that's why I'm very funny about even who do my hair. You got your pocketbook? Okay, baby. Well, it's been so nice. My baby's back, so I'm gonna go ahead. She definitely just all the way live. It's been really nice to keep talking to you. Oh, you got me a flower. Thank you so much. You're such a sweet baby. So she's still up. She's on one tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and tend to her. Thank you so much, Stinger Black Scorpion, for being here with me, riding this live out with me. Whoever else watching, thank you for. Okay, baby. Thank you for, coming over here. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me. May you all have a blessed and prosperous night. I hope your today was better than yesterday, and I pray that your tomorrow is better than today. One day closer to your season. And I'm out. Oh, yeah, it hurt. It's been a month, so I'm okay. Well, I pray that you continue to be okay. You have a blessed night.